good enough to merit a title shot sometime in the future.
But first things first, and the first thing is Tommy Morrison as he takes on James, he hopes still quick Tillis. For Tommy Morrison, he's got to deal with a little bit of ring rust, and he also has a decision to make. Does he want to be a sometimes actor who boxes, or does he want to be a sometimes boxer who acts?
It's a chance of a lifetime. I mean, there's a lot of struggling actors and certainly a lot of fighters who would probably cut their arm off to be in my position, so I consider myself probably one of the luckiest athletes on the face of the earth.
Got to challenge that man to fight, and if he refuses, then you got to insult him. You got to dog him. You got to humiliate him. You got to do whatever you got to do to get him into that ring. Hey, Tommy, you're a piece of garbage, you know that?
That's it! You told him I'd fight anywhere, anytime.
In the ring, Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring.
My ring's outside.
Yeah? Let's do it.
Boxing and acting are certainly two different professions, and we try to keep them separated as much as we can. Although there are a lot of parallels to my character and to myself in real life. The Rocky series is certainly, you know, in my opinion, probably the best series that's ever been put on film.
From 1,000,000 to 1 shot, he became a true champion of the world.
He took a gamble with me because he wanted to use a real actor or a real fighter, as opposed to using an actor, which is something that's never been done before.
Hey! Man, I ain't through talking with you yet. Hey, look, Tommy, I ain't got no more to say to you, okay? Look, I just want good things for you.
Oh, hell you did. Man, you're only in this for the money.
Money?
Yeah, I'm tired of walking around in your shadow, man. People call me your robot.
You thought I was in this for the money, Tommy? You know, we were supposed to be like brothers. You don't remember that?
Stallone is an excellent guy. Him and I developed kind of a neat kind of friendship strictly because he is a huge boxing fan. I'm certainly a fighter that has gotten all the breaks here lately. I consider myself the type of person that has the potential to be heavyweight champion of the world.
The winner by TKO, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
We have a goal, and our goal is to be heavyweight champion of the world, and we won't settle for anything less than that.
So Tommy Morrison, and tonight for him, it is all reality. There's no make-believe tonight at all, and the reality comes in the person of James Quick Tillis, and I don't think anybody defines the term trial horse any better than James Quick Tillis, Al.
Yeah, there he enters the ring, and it's true. This 33-year-old has been in against just about everybody in the heavyweight division. Unfortunately, so many have been losses. He did have a win in his last fight, as you see, over Carlton West, but he has had a long string of performances that haven't quite been up to snuff. But he came in today, last night at the weigh-in, looking in better shape, Barry, than I think we've seen him in quite a while. So we'll just have to see how many of those boxing skills that got him the nickname in the first place still exist for James Tillis.
Yeah, the word about him is that he did train very diligently for this fight, and that he is ready to fight. Now, the last time, theoretically, he was like this was against Mike Weaver, and that was a fight in which he got the rap that he still has, and that is that he doesn't have enough heart to be a quality fighter. Here is Tommy Morrison now, and he last fought, as you see, in November against Mike Acey. He also has suffered from some hand problems on occasion, too.
When he came back, his first fight back after doing the Rocky film, which took up 4 months of his past year, he hurt his hands, both hands. He broke both hands. And then he had to lay off for about 3 months, then came back. He's had 2 wins since then. So for Tommy Morrison, the hand problems were there, but in the last 2 bouts, we've seen him. He has performed well and has had no trouble with his hands.
He's been working a great deal on his defense. If there has been any criticism of Tommy Morrison, it's been perhaps that he is not as astute a defensive fighter as he will need to be, and he says he's been working very hard at that, and we'll see if that pays off for him against a guy who without question is a crafty boxer at any rate. So it's Tommy Morrison and James Quick Tillis. We're at the Etess Arena at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. Let's take a look at how these two match up with one another.
The age difference obvious, and the weight pretty much the same. Even though there is a reach advantage for Tillis, Morrison himself has a good jab.
Let's take a look at the rules then in this fight as they are set by the New Jersey State Athletic Commission.
All right, you take a look down there, the 3 knockdown rules. Standing 8 here in New Jersey, the 10-point must. The referee doesn't figure in the scoring, and you can't be saved by the bell in any round here.
So that's the way it stands, and now let's make it official and meet him with Michael Buffett.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Donald Trump's Taj Mahal Casino Resort here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated and the undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, presents the Night of the Heavyweights. Let's get things started with 8 rounds. Of course, in the heavyweight division, the referee for this bout is Joe Cortez. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He weighs 226½ pounds from Martinville, Virginia. As a professional, his record, 38 victories, 17 defeats and 1 draw, 29 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the fighting cowboy, James Quick Tillis. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with stars and stripes trim. He weighs 227½ pounds. Fighting out of Kansas City, undefeated as a professional with a record of 24-0, 20 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
All right, gentlemen, the rules were given to you both earlier. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
And a look at James Quick Tillis, and he best hope that he is.
And even though it's not exactly a washboard stomach, it's better than what he's had in the past. And Tommy Morrison, a big moment in this young man's career, really big.
Sort of a washing machine stomach, actually.
Such a cynic.
And we are set to go. And I think Tommy Morrison will be all business here. And once again, this is quite a showcase for these young heavyweights. And I think all of them that we see tonight will not only try to win, but try to win in impressive fashion. I think they all feel they need to do that.
These days, you're fighting as a marketer more than anything else in the heavyweight division. You got to make sure you are marketable. If you have not seen Tommy Morrison before, he's a young man that has a tremendous left hook. It's gotten better and better as he's moved ahead in the pro, and there you see it against to the body of Tillis. It's probably his big knockout weapon.
Morrison able to work the body very well. Still trying to really get himself back in, but good left hand, down goes Tillis.
I guess he does have a good left hook.
5, 6, 7.
Tillis shakes his head, says, I'm not sure I want a lot more of this. Doesn't appear to be hurt.
Well, I think he's shocked that he got nailed with that punch.
And a right hand gets there also. And incidentally, that was set up by a body shot. Another left hand. Tillis is in trouble.
And this is a very small ring. There is nowhere for Tillis to go. It's about an 18-foot ring. Boy, Tommy Morrison has come out blazing.
And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a right behind it. An uppercut, and down goes Tillis. Very impressive.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And Tillis is still in a heap of trouble. And as you see, still halfway to go in the first round. Ain't going to take much, folks. Another left hand. I'll tell you what I like about Morrison here tonight is that he's been very patient.
His accuracy is amazing with his punches. This is a very good effort by Morrison, even if we're wondering if Tillis is... Well, there it is.
That's it. And that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Or 1 minute and 52 seconds. My addition's never been very good.
But we get the point.
Yes.
They wanted that. James Quick Tillis, you know, he is a trial horse. This may spell the total end of him even as a journeyman. But for this young man, he did something that not many people have done, and that's whack Tillis out right away. And this was a Tillis who came here in pretty decent shape. So you didn't expect him to go that early, to be sure.
And I think in this case you have to look at Tommy Morrison and not at the opponent, because we've seen him fight some guys who aren't even of Tillis's caliber, and he was more impressive tonight. I thought the way he used his punching and set up his big punches was very, very impressive tonight.
And what he showed here is that he could get a guy out who, I mean, it took Frank Bruno 5 rounds, Mike Williams 9, Johnny Deploy 10. So a lot of people have not been able to knock James Quick Tillis out so quickly. And
we're going to get another chance to look at him here.
There were 3 of these little knockdowns here in the first round. And the first one came courtesy of a very good left hook. He just didn't want to make me a liar when I said his left hook was so good. And there it is, sending James Tillis down. At this point, I don't think Tillis was as hurt as he would be now. Here's the second knockdown. And Morrison crunching him with the left hand and the straight right again. And the accuracy of the punches, there you see the uppercut, a good example. And there would be a third one. There would be a third knockdown, which would invoke the 3 knockdown rule. Morrison pursuing, and as you said, Barry, being very meticulous with his punches and economical as well. And that left hook did the job. And the 3 knockdown rule ended this bout, and for Tommy Morrison, a superb win.
Well, it really was. Morrison only threw 32 punches in the fight and landed with 20 of them. And I'll tell you, about 10 of those 20 really counted. It was big time. Let's make it official now with Michael Buffer. Mike?
Referee Joe Cortez enforces the 3 knockdown rule. The official time, 1 minute, 51 seconds of the very first round. The winner by TKO, still undefeated now, 25-0, 21 KO, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
So Tommy Morrison, in 1 minute and 51 seconds, officially is the winner, and he will now take, we've been talking about taking a big step forward, and I really believe, Al, that he did that tonight.
He did indeed, because of the nature of the performance. You know, he knocked him out so quickly, much quicker than you'd expect. And in that first round, how about this figure? 62% of his punches he landed.
Yeah, it's just brilliant, really. He only threw 5 jabs, so 15 of them were power punches, and he really made the most of them, and everything worked off the jab and off the body shots, and he scored with it. Scored big time, actually, with 3 different punches. A good left hook to start things off. He had a right hand and then an uppercut. All 3 of them were devastating punches. Very impressive win for Tommy Morrison.